Trends has a brand new interface, and I'm super excited to bring you along and show you how to use it, the new additions that were added into the Trends tool for Pinterest, and what you need to click on and where you need to click in order to get the best information for you. So let's jump right into the screen share because I know that's why you're here. Hub, and then in the Analyze Performance column, you're going to click into Pinterest Trends. Once you are inside of Pinterest Trends, it is going to be laid out in a slightly new way than what you had seen previously. You're going to see at the top a Spotlight Trends report of trends that are in the spotlight right now because they are super popular. To the top right-hand side of that menu, there's going to be another sub-menu, a drop-down menu, where you can actually filter by interest. And then in the top right-hand corner of that entire screen is a region screen. So if you wanted to browse trends based on region, you can still do that. Now, moving on down through this new interface, you'll see the trends in the spotlight here at the top. The middle are the shopping trends that are being spotlighted at the moment. These are trends that are obviously really popular at the moment. And then if you scroll on past that, you're going to see the search trends. So I don't know if you're noticing this yet, but trends basically got an upgrade and we got two new additions to the trends tool. We got search trends, which we've always had. We have a trends spotlight, which we sort of had before, but this is really new. And then we have a shopping trends category. So let's actually just dive into each one of those so you can see what they're all about. Now on the left-hand menu, if you hover over it, you're going to see this pop up, this kind of side menu, and you'll see that you're already on the trends overview. We're gonna go to shopping trends first. Now right out of the gate, you will notice that shopping trends are set in a column format in a table. You can see images of the shopping trends on the left and then the trend kind of graph line in the middle, and then you'll see outbound click growth. That outbound click growth actually changes if you change any of the filters at the top. So you can actually change the click growth to be engagement and pin saves as well as outbound clicks. And this is such good information for us to know, and we didn't have this before. And then you will also see outbound click volume, which you can also see that in engagements and saves as well. So this is what engagements looks like. It says beauty supplements are up. They're up 252% month over month, and they have that amount of volume. Now the volume measurement isn't in a number. I do wish that it was, but you can hover over it and you can kind of see that information there. Now you can also filter out by age and gender here if you would like to, and you can filter in those top 3 verticals if you would like to as well. Now if you take off any of the filters that you have and click over to all categories, you'll notice that your screen changes slightly as well. Now once we're inside of this all categories screen, if you click on any one of these items in the shopping area, let's click into beauty, you'll notice that the filtering in this second section actually changes. And if you click on any one of those, it's going to open up another window with a little bit more information about those. You'll see related products in that category. You're going to see performance over time. You're going to see the demographics impacted by this. Again, you can change the demographic behavior by outbound clicks and pin saves. And then if you scroll on down a little bit more, you can actually copy these keywords straight out of here. So if you want to use these in your marketing, you can do that really quickly. But you can also click on any of these queries. It's going to open up yet another window. And this is going to be a window that you have seen before. You are probably very familiar with this screen if you've used the Trends tool. And then at the very bottom of the screen, it's going to give you other product categories. Now, all of this information is so incredibly useful, but I want to scroll back to the top of this particular screen in the product category for bath and shower. And I want you to pay attention to this information right up here at the top. This information is going to change over time. This is not set. Notice that it says key metric changes in the past 30 days. So be sure to be checking your trends regularly because this information is going to be updated every 30 days. Now, I do want to make one quick note and one appeal to Pinterest if they are watching, and I know that they do. I would love a search functionality inside of the shopping function of the Trends tool. We do not have that functionality just yet. I have passed along this feedback, I believe, to the appropriate people, but we'll see if that becomes something that they do, because this is very much a product that is in beta still. However, it would be really nifty if we could have a search function inside of the shopping Trends tool. Now let's move along to the search trends tool. This is the tool that everyone should be the most familiar with. It got the least amount of updates, but they did kind of update the look and the feel of the tool. They place things in a more simpler overview. All of your filters are at the top for growing, seasonal, top monthly trends, and top yearly trends. And then you have automatically, based on your account, gonna automatically tick for design based on categories and keywords that your account are tied to. Now, I've noticed that a lot of my content falls within the design space. I am in the marketing space. There's no technical business category for Pinterest trends. So a lot of my ads and everything fall into this design category. And that's a-okay. So it's automatically going to be ticked for you when you log in based on your account. If you uncheck it, you can definitely search all of the trends without having to be inside of a specific interest category. If you click the box down here, you can include keywords. So let's say we wanted to include the keyword of fonts. I can add that in. It's going to start resetting the results down in the table below. And then I can also filter between those different filters of seasonal, monthly, and yearly. And then if I wanted to filter in ages or gender information, I could do that as well. Now there is a search box in the top right-hand corner here as well. This is the kind of old school search box that used to be at the top. And then this table was kind of in the middle, and the settings were on the left-hand side. They've all kind of been cleaned up and minimalized at this point, and it's just kind of easier to see what options you have to use. So the search bar is still there. You can still use it the same way that you were able to use it before. So if we were to go to fonts handwriting, it's going to open that up, and you'll be able to see the same results that you were able to see forever. And you can filter that out by date range up to 2 years, see what the volume and what the activity was, the related trends, the demographic information, as well as the results for those pins related to that keyword. As always, you can change your region at any point in the tool if you would like to. So if you are in another region of the world and you're not targeting the United States, it is going to default to the US, so you will need to change your region based on those in this section, and you can do so with the click of a button. So now that you've seen the Trends tool, let's actually talk about a few best practices that you can use and be your guide as you utilize this really powerful tool in your Pinterest marketing strategy. Number one is the advice I've given for years, and that is to look at your trending keywords and your audience trends and be creating pins for those up to 90 days in advance. That way you can get ahead of your audience. Your audience, chances are, is already ahead of you. So you definitely want to get ahead of them and be pinning content well before they are searching for it. Now, this obviously allows Pinterest to index the content for you and get it in front of the right audience at the right time if you are pinning that content 90 days plus in advance. Now, I know most people go straight for their main keyword, but I would also find sub keywords related to the main keyword. In the Pinterest Trends tool itself, if you noticed in the search trends, when we searched for fonts, there was a related keywords section, and that related keywords section had some related trending keywords. That is what I like to call keyword clustering, is taking those related keywords that are related to your main keyword and using those in your Pinterest description, your Pinterest text overlay, your titles, etc., and cluster those keywords together so you're more likely to rank for, let's say, 5 keywords instead of just 1 keyword. So that's 5 additional opportunities to be shown to your audience rather than just 1. The third best practice, which I just touched on, is to use your keywords in all of the appropriate places. So if you have a keyword that is in the Trends tool that is integral to your business, it is one of your major categories that you publish content on, that you sell products on, that keyword that you find in the trends tool deserves its own board, so you're going to use that keyword in the board title and the board description. You're then going to go on and use that keyword in the pin title, in your pin descriptions, and in the text overlay on your Pinterest pins. The text overlay is the actual text that's on the actual Pinterest pin itself. And I always get a comment on this when I create content for the Pinterest Trends tool. People will write in and say, hey Heather, I'm not finding any keywords related to my topic in the Trends tool. My topic must not be covered by Pinterest. There must not be enough volume for the keyword for it to not show in the Pinterest Trends tool. In that case, I would default to the search bar on Pinterest and just validate that your keywords are being searched for. If you can find your keywords in the search bar, in the auto function of the search bar, if you can find pins related to your search results on Pinterest, then your content is being searched, and I would just default to using that until they show up in the Trends tool. It took me like 7 years before even my business keywords started showing up in the Trends tool. So there definitely has to be enough demand for them to show there, but don't fret. If they don't show for you, that does not mean that people are still not searching for them on the platform. So I know I always get people asking that and writing in, so just continue to use the search bar. You can also try to use the Ads Manager tool, but if it's not showing in Trends, it's probably not going to be in the Ads Manager either. And that's it. That's how you utilize the brand new Pinterest Trends tool in 2026 and beyond. If you have any questions on the tool, be sure to leave them in the description down below. Otherwise, check out the other videos in this Pinterest 101 beginners course, and I will see you in those.